I'm back. Guess who's back? Back again. So today's video is a little bit different. I thought I'd come at y'all with a book review. The book's called All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. Right. I've tried so many times to start this video, but it's so flippin' difficult. Okay. So, hello everyone. I'm going to be doing a book review on All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. Holds up book to prove that I have said book and I've read said book. I saw it on my sister's shelf and I was going to buy it and I thought, nah, I'll just steal it and read it without her knowing. I love you, Chloe. The whole plot line of the book is about a girl called Violet Markey who her sister's recently passed away from a car crash and she's really struggling with the whole situation. And the whole novel starts at the school bell tower where Violet is sort of contemplating life, and Theodore Finch, who is the other main character, mostly known as Finch, sort of persuades her to get off and live life. The whole sort of book is about the story of a girl who learns to live from a boy who wants to die. The two meet, they gradually fall in love. You read this all on the synopsis, I'm not giving you any spoilers, don't worry. So yeah, the characters themselves. Theodore Finch, he's a very mysterious guy. He's suffering from different mental illnesses, like the whole novel sort of revolves around different mental illnesses like bipolar, anxiety, depression. So it's quite a hard-hitting book. It's not really... I was going to say it's not really a feel-good book, but there are moments where you're just like, oh, that's so cute! So yeah, Theodore Finch, he's not really sure about his character himself, so he ends up being different people every other week. Like one week he's like British Finch, where he's putting on like a Cockney accent and pretending to be British, like us old British people, we ain't saying like that, but I will. And then there's other ones where he's like all American Finch, etc. But he's quite a mysterious person. And then there's Violet, who's a lot more, I wouldn't say chilled out, because it's not Finch's fault, he doesn't really have a straight person. So Violet, yeah, she's obviously struggling to come to terms with her sister's death. She's from like a popular background, like her ex-boyfriend's one of the really popular guys in high school. She's got really popular friends, etc. But she's really struggling with who she is, and that's when she comes to know Finch, and at first she's really sort of apprehensive about him. But as they start on a US sort of geography project in school, the two are paired together, and they have to basically travel around and explore their state and all the quirky areas in their state. So yeah, it's a lot sort of explorative, I can't talk, elements to the book as well, and so the two end up falling in love. But yeah, I'm not going to tell you the whole book because that's for you to realise and read. Like I was mentioning before, the whole book sort of mentions and sort of highlights different mental illnesses, and I feel like I was basically sobbing at the end of the book on the phone to my boyfriend. I was leaving him a voicemail like, I just feel like it's just so emotional, I just can't. Yeah, I'm an attractive girl like that. But basically what I was saying is that mental illness is something in this day and age that sort of is slowly becoming, people are becoming more aware of. In the past it's been sort of a taboo subject, but now things like depression, anxiety, paranoia, bipolar disorder, that sort of thing, it's slowly becoming highlighted and people are becoming more aware of it. Not because more people are getting it, but just because people are coming to terms with it and know more about it. And this novel is something that's really good at sort of explaining all of this in the different sort of ways how people feel. And I thought it was a really good way of describing it, and I was thinking this is really good how she's able to do all this. And after I read it I realised it's because she sort of, the author, Jennifer, she, first name basis, she went through all of this. I think it was her ex-partner committed suicide and she was the one to discover the body and things like that, and it's just one of those things where it made me realise after reading this book that I want to look after people. Like, I want to make sure that people are alright, because I don't want people feeling as low as other people can can get. But sadness aside, it is such a cute book. I was talking to Estella about it because Estella was currently reading it and she was a bit like, I'm not really sure how I feel about it. And I understand where that was coming from, because for like the first, well, I wasn't saying I'm chugging along, but the first like 340 pages, I was reading it and I was like, alright, cool. I would have given it like a 3-star. I was enjoying the book, but it's not like, woof, amazing. And then all of a sudden, like 340 pages in, bearing in mind it's like a 381 page book, not that I counted, all of the emotions and like remembering it all just washed over me, and I was like, wow. Like I didn't realise how much I was sort of taking this novel in, and the last 40 pages I was sobbing. I was absolutely sobbing my eyes out. And my little sister we have bunk beds, and my little sister was in the bunk bed below me, and she was asleep because it was like 10:30 at night, you know, badass. And I was reading still because I just couldn't put the book down, but because I was sobbing and I knew that I nearly finished the book and I just couldn't put it down, and I was having to like hide my hiccups, you know, when you're crying and you're like that was what was happening, and I was really struggling to like breathe, but I was like, I just need to let Phoebe sleep while I read this. It is such an emotional roller coaster. What I really liked about the novel as well was that there was 2 different perspectives. So you had Violet's perspective, and then you also had Finch's perspective. It would alternate between chapters. It'd be like, so this is Finch's perspective, then it is Violet's perspective. So you got to equally know the characters, and it made it a lot more hard hitting at the end. Totes the mosh balls. So yeah, one of the reasons that I decided to read this was because The Guardian sort of described it on the actual novel as sort of the next Fault in Our Stars. And I really like Fault in Our Stars. I know some people are, oh, what a cliche, Fault in Our Stars, yet again. No, but I really love it. Like, I just love it. I can't help it. It's one of my favourite books. That's just how I feel. So to think that this was the next Fault in Our Stars, I was a bit like, oh, alright then. I'll have a read. Don't know what my neck was doing, but I'm reading it. And I think the similarities between The Fault in Our Stars, like, I would not pair the 2 together necessarily, but I understand the similarities. Sort of similarities is that the boy is sort of a charismatic person who's sort of bringing life to the girl, if that makes sense. Obviously illnesses, but compared to like physical illnesses in this one, it's like mental illnesses. But I think that's about it. But it's still an amazing book. Like, I'm tempted to buy it and not just steal it from my sister's shelf every time now. Also, Violet throughout the novel, she sort of creates like a websitey chatty page. She had it with her sister, and that's why she felt really sort of uncomfortable of writing again, because one of her main passions was writing, but since her sister passed away she just didn't feel like doing it because that's something that they shared together. And Finch sort of brought that right inside out of her again, and she created like this online sort of magazine called Germ. And I discovered that it's a real thing. It's an actual real magazine place, so I'll link it in the links below if you've read the book before and you just want to see what the actual website is about. And with my research I discovered that they're currently going through the process of making All the Bright Places film. So it's starring Elle Fanning, who was in Maleficent if you watched the film, but they're starting filming I think in spring of this year. So that's exciting! So yes, thank you for watching this book review. All in all, I would give this book a 4 out of 5 stars, just because I'm a very, very picky person when it comes to books. Like, only my favourite books get 5 out of 5 stars. If you want to see me doing more sort of book reviews, let me know. I'm sorry this was a very big ramble. It's only until you read the book that you sort of, it's really tricky to talk about it. Please read the book. Just do it. Again, if you like the video, please like and subscribe. That would be very nice. That's a nice thing to do. And I will see you next time. Mwah. That was attractive. Someone's on the toilet. I don't want you to be listening to them leave. Yeah. I'm really excited to read it. So, read it. I've already read it, Liz. To watch it and sob again. Explorative. Exploratory. Explorative.